The first vulnerability that we are going to talk about today is broken access control. What is broken access control? According to OWASP, broken access control is a vulnerability that occurs when a user can access functionality or data that they are not authorized to access. This vulnerability can allow attackers to view sensitive files, modify other users' data, change access rights, and more, depending on the level of access control that is broken. Broken access control vulnerabilities can arise from improper configuration, missing or ineffective access control mechanisms, or other flaws in the application's logic. We are going to talk about a sample scenario that we have in regards to broken access control. An example that we have here is when a web app fails to properly enforce access controls, allowing users to access restricted functionality or data. For instance, consider a banking app that allows users to view their account balances. This application uses a URL like the one we have here to display account details, where account ID is the identifier for the account. If the application does not properly check whether the logged in user is authorized to view the specified account, an attacker could manipulate the URL to access other users' account information. For example, by changing the account ID parameter in the URL to a different value, the attacker could access another user's account details without proper authorization. As you can see right here in the modified URL, the attacker has the ability to change the value of the parameter for account ID, resulting in unauthorized access. How do we mitigate broken access control? We have a few ways to do this. We have proper input validation, where we can validate and sanitize user input to prevent malicious input from bypassing access controls. We have regular code reviews. Conduct regular code reviews to identify and correct access control issues before they become vulnerabilities. We can also do consistent access control checks, where we can perform access control checks consistently and securely at both the client and server sides to ensure that users are authorized to access resources. And then we have secure session management. We can use secure session management practices, such as generating strong session IDs, enforcing session timeouts, and using secure cookies. That is all for broken access control.